Good morning. This is Larry Vanderwyk of Smoky Valley Girls Basketball. We went into last week with a 4-3 record, kind of licking our wounds after losing 3 straight, to 2 to Halstead, 1 to Heston. We started out on Monday playing Kingman, which is a team that we were ranked higher than going into the tournament, and we had a good first quarter. The second quarter, Kingman was able to get off some quick 3-pointers and even it up at halftime for the most part. But in the second half, we definitely locked them down. Had a really good defensive effort where they were 5 for 9 and 3-pointers in the first half and 1 for 3 in the second half. And we took control of the game, got up by at least 20, and ended up with a 51-37 win. Adrian Hazelwood, our freshman guard, had 20 points. Brianna Pretty had 10 with 8 rebounds. So good start to the tournament. Next we played Hugoton, who is the 5th-ranked team in 3A. They are undefeated. Powerhouse out of Southwest Kansas. We were down 18-11 in the first quarter, outscored them 13-11 in the second quarter. And I actually got up by 1 in the third quarter, which we were battling toe-to-toe with them. Unfortunately, they outscored us 19-13 in the third quarter eventually, and ended up winning 63-49. Hugoton was the eventual champions of the Stern Invitational, beating the number 1 ranked in 2A Sterling Black Bears by 21 points in the championship game. All in all, I thought we battled against them. Hugoton has a sophomore guard by the name of Hamlin, who scored 29 points against us. She actually had 18 the next night against Sterling, and another guard by the name of Voss had 28. So tough matchups there. We were led by Ellie Brumbaugh with 14 points against Hugoton, with McKinley Johnson with 8. And then we played Friday for the third place game of the Stern Invitational, and we played Scott City, again another team from Western Kansas. We were up 25-16 at halftime and feeling like we were playing pretty well, and then the bottom dropped out of our offensive production. We scored only 7 points in the second half, and Scott City had one girl that was 6 feet tall and another one 6'1", and they were able to score in the second half. Ultimately, we held on, made plays down the stretch for a 32-31 victory to capture third place in the Sterling Invitational tournament. Ellie Brumbaugh led us with 11, and Adrian Hazelwood was 7. So again, all in all, a good week. We are now 6-4, and we play Hutch Trinity tomorrow night. Thank you.
Good morning, Quarterback Club. Good to see you this morning. Smoky Valley boys basketball this last week. It was a learning week for us. It was the Sterling Invitational tournament, and we opened the week with the 3 seed as we came in at the 6. They were Hugoton, and of course led by C.J. Korf, Bethany alum. They were good. They were a very good basketball team. They shot extremely well. They jumped out to an early start on us, and we really never got back in the game. I think it was 21-11 at the quarter. They just scored from behind the 3-point line so well. They go on to finish first in that entire thing, beating Sterling in the second round and beating Hutch Trinity in the third, and neither of those games were really in doubt. So they were a talented basketball team. They're only receiving votes in the state right now, but I tell you, they're going to be in the top 10, and they're going to move up the ladder here pretty quickly, because when they want to play, they can really play. We had a really good first half from Haven Lysell Stewart. We were able to find him. I think he finished that game with 14 points, if I'm not mistaken. Haven had a good weekend all the way around. I was really impressed with, or a good week all the way around. Really impressed with his outputs, both on the scoring category and in the rebounding category. We ended up losing 67-34 in that one. We didn't score a lot in the second half. I think we had 14 points in the second half. We were down 35-20 at the half. Actually, they made a nice little run there after they started their initial run, but we were just never really able to bounce back and completely get into the game. Our second game of the week was on Thursday against the Scott City team that I felt really good about playing. I thought we had a good opportunity to kind of come in and go after him. And we looked pretty good early. I mean, we did some nice things. We were up to 7-6, I think, at the end of one, and up 20-15 at the end of two. And boy, the scoring just dropped out at that point in time. We scored 6 points in the third quarter, and we scored 3 points in the fourth quarter. Just not knocking down shots. I mean, we had good open looks. We just never found the right. We never found the bottom of the basket. We went the entire fourth quarter without making a field goal from the floor. Our only points were free throws. We were again led by Haven Lysell Stewart, who had 10 points. Again, all of those in the first half. He got in some foul trouble in the second half of that game that took him out of the mix just a little bit. Also added 6 rebounds in that game. But we were 8 for 19 from the free throw line in that game. 1 for 10 from 3 in that game. So just not a lot of positives. And really, it was still a close game all the way into the fourth quarter when they finally knocked down a couple of shots, pulled away. We had to extend our defense and just couldn't make plays. And it's so important. Our guys have for now and in the future, we've got to continue to be better shooters. I mean, that is such a big deal. I think we're going to see a lot more zones this year with this team. I think they're going to call us out and try to make us shoot from the outside. And we're going to need to step up with some confidence and be able to knock down those shots. And I felt like going into the third night, we were kind of a bum team at that point in time. We were struggling, and we had to turn around and play the very next day against a Kingman team that's also been struggling. Although in their opening round game against Lions, they played them really, really close and only lost by 10. I was really pleased with how we bounced back from what happened to us on Thursday night. Our kids played extremely well. We jumped out to a 13-8 lead. I mean, right there, our quarters, we had 13 in the first, 13 in the second, 18 in the third, and 16 in the fourth. We dropped 60 points that day. We hadn't dropped 60 points in the first 2 games combined. So I was really pleased with our offensive output. I was pleased with how we went about our play. Just had such a nice night from a number of people. It truly was a collective effort there. We still didn't shoot the ball real well from the 3-point line. I think we were 1 for 8. But we had a number of great outputs. Brant Hebel stepped up. Brant has that ability to knock down that mid-range jumper and just do so many things for us. He was 8 for 9 from the floor en route to 17 points. So we were really pleased with Brant. Haven Lysell Stewart had him at 18 points. And he also had 7 rebounds. Brant had 5 rebounds as well. So those two really, really solid night. And then another solid night out there, Cade Blanchett, our sophomore. Cade came out 11 points on 5 for 6 shooting. He also had 5 rebounds. So it was really good to see Cade, especially when Haven got in foul trouble in the second half, really step up and play a solid game. So really pleased with those guys. Pleased collectively, like I said. I thought our defense played better. I thought our guys looked harder at the rim. I thought we just overall played a much better basketball game. And that's the type of game we have to play against everybody we face throughout the rest of the year. This week is another 3-game week. It's a busy week for us, as long as the weather holds out. Tomorrow night, we are scheduled to play on Tuesday night against Hutch Trinity. That game will be at home. It'll be on live.smokyvalley.org. Hutch Trinity has some talented players. They've been ranked in the top 10 in the state in 2A most of the season. We really got to be ready to bring whatever we can bring against them. We'll see if we're able to get some practice time in or not to get prepped for them, but they're solid. They're a good basketball team. Lucas Hammocky leads them, and he's a solid player. Thursday night, we have our makeup game from January the 5th, where Keisha canceled those games or postponed those games. We have Hoisington at Hoisington. Again, another one of those phenomenal teams. Hoisington is playing extremely, extremely well. They are top 10 in 3A at this point in time and playing well. So we're going to have our work cut out for us playing at Hoisington. And then on Friday, we take on a much improved Clay Center team at Clay Center. They competed really well in the Hillsborough tournament over the week, and they've really started to come along. They're kind of an up and down team. We need them to have a down night. We need us to have an up night. So it's a really busy week for us, a week for us to really, again, learn a lot about ourselves. We need to continue to grow and continue to become a better team throughout the year. I think our players know that. I think they recognize that. I think they want to be better players. They're extremely, extremely coachable, and we want to continue to make them the best players they can be throughout the rest of this season. So we'll have another report for you next week. Again, sorry we can't see you in person, but I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Good morning, guys. Miss having you around. Miss being there with you guys. Hope things are good. Hope you guys are all staying safe. We've had a couple games last week. Got McPherson. We're able to jump up on them. And York, 2 big wins for us. Lost the other night to Tabor, really close. Tight game. This Wednesday we play Sterling College. They're undefeated. I think top 10 in the country. They're really rolling right now and got a good group. So we're excited for the opportunity to go get them. Appreciate all the support you guys have been doing from home and watching games and paying attention to the Swedes. Our girls are noticing. So have a good one. Thanks, guys.
Well, we had a tough week this week with 2 really close losses here at home against York, and then this past Saturday against Tabor, where we lost at the buzzer. We turned the ball over underneath their basket, and they were able to score as time ran out. So 2 tough losses at home. We'll try to bounce back this week. We've got Sterling here at home, and then we go play at Southwestern, who we beat earlier in the season. So big week ahead of us. Hope everyone's doing well and staying healthy. Thanks.
Hey guys, this is Dylan Grunsel, head women's soccer coach here at Bethany College. Just want to kind of send you guys an update, what we have expected for this spring. We'll start training here on February 1st, as the girls get back on campus, kind of get them back into a good level of fitness. And then down the road, we have our first non-conference game. We'll play against Friends University in Wichita on the 20th of February, and then we'll kick off conference on March 6th. Again, thank you for your support, and if there's anything that we can do to help, please let us know.
Morning, Quarterback Club. Just a couple updates from the weekend. We were pretty excited about the results. Overall, we had one champion, Charles Adams, in the pole vault. Ajay Dandu sitting really good in the conference for the 3K, 5K, PR'd in both. Cassidy Keel qualified for finals in the shot and weight. And then Enoch Ojo did a great job in the triple jump, qualifying for finals. So we're excited about how things are going this season, and we'll hopefully return to action in 2 weeks at Wichita State again. But if not, we'll just be going to conference at Wichita State, and I know we'll be ready for it. So go Swedes.
Well, good morning, folks. This is Coach Tyrone Carter here with your football program. I want to give you a quick and brief update on what we've been doing at semester's break. We've been able to bring back a couple of staff that I believe you're waiting for. Coach Chris Snyder has rejoined the program as associate head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, and all-around good guy. So we're loving the fact that he's back with us. We've had a great number of mid-year signees. I believe I originally thought we could get 10 mid-year signees. We now have up to about 20, and we're still working on some things. It's a good mix, so we've beefed up the defense. We've got some good-looking DBs and linebackers coming in, some excellent defensive linemen coming in. We've also improved the offense with a really, really good-looking tight end. It's about 6'6". I'll wait for you all to meet him. He's a beautiful young man. Also, we have some offensive linemen who've decided to jump in with us, and it's a beautiful thing. I believe that the offensive line has been very much improved. We've also hired an offensive line coach. His name is Vincent Grigsby. He's coming out of Los Angeles, has a lot of junior college background, high school offensive coordinating background. He and I share kind of a similar history, so I really am happy with him. We've rounded out the defense. Of course, Coach Kosick is coming back. Coach Williams coming back. We have a couple of volunteer people on the mix, so we'll update you soon on those. With the mid-year guys, we have a mix of transfers and some first-time freshmen coming in the mid-year piece, so that's really good. Obviously, we're expecting some really good things in this spring football season. We have 5 games on the slate. We believe we will be competitive and win a lot more than we have in the fall. So looking forward to it, folks. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to get out of here today, get back on this recruiting for the fall. So far, we have about 15 verbal commits on the fall. So Bethany College football is going to be ready to do some really good things in the future. Have a great day.